Hey guys, today we're talking about eBay and Amazon business, and I've told you guys this in about 2 or 3 different videos, and I'll say it again. Do not use Amazon as a drop shipper for your selling on eBay. I was recently contacted, I think yesterday or early this morning, by a guy from Australia actually, who was trying to use Amazon as a drop shipper for eBay. So essentially he would find a cheap priced item on Amazon, or an item on Amazon that wasn't also being sold on eBay, which is actually kind of hard to do. You know, most people who sell on one platform sell on the other, or someone who's, you know, whatever drop shipped product from China, someone's selling on this platform, they're selling on that platform. But anyhow, the guy would basically try to find cheap items on Amazon, list them on eBay, and then when somebody bought his item on eBay, he would purchase it on Amazon, change the shipping address to his eBay customer, and have the item shipped to that customer. Now, he hasn't given me the specifics in terms of the actual reason he was suspended. You know, is it an MCO 99 violation, or, you know, so he hasn't given me an exact reason yet. I just messaged him this morning, asked him for an exact reason. And also he hasn't told me, and I guess because I don't know the reason, I don't know, did one of his buyers complain that he was doing this? Did eBay figure it out on by themselves? I'm not sure exactly what the situation is, but I've told you guys this before. First off, eBay and PayPal claim that they're okay with you drop shipping. However, the truth of the matter is, if you're ever on the phone with an eBay rep and they ask you where you get your inventory, or do you hold your inventory, and you say no, I can almost guarantee you your eBay and or PayPal account is going to be suspended, because despite what they say, they're not cool with drop shippers. And there is a reason why eBay and Amazon don't want you drop shipping. It doesn't provide, you know, maybe 95 times out of 100, maybe the transaction goes smoothly, but it does cause problems, and it's not as good of an experience for your buyer. And I've also mentioned this in other videos, but just to kind of give you a recap, when you're using a drop shipper, you don't hold your inventory. So you don't know what their stock is. Maybe they run out and now you can't fulfill an order. When you're drop shipping, you're not in control. A lot of drop shipped items come from China and maybe take anywhere from 2 weeks to a month to be delivered. People who are buying on eBay and Amazon don't want to wait that long, so that's another way it's not providing a good buying experience to the buyer. And then also, a lot of times with dropship type stuff, the picture of the product featured on a website or in their catalog isn't always the exact same product that you're going to get. Now, a lot of times it's not vastly different. Like, just recently I was looking at flashlights, and I think one of the flashlights had like an orange rubber button on the back that turned it on, and another one, it was like black. I mean, do people really care what color the button is on the flashlight? But some differences are going to be a little bit more. I saw one where the button was on the back to turn on the flashlight, and it was an orange button, and on the flashlight it was actually a twist to turn on. So, you know, with dropship stuff, there's a lot of variations in the types of products that they manufacture, and you may not, the picture that you're listing or the item that you're listing may not be what your buyer receives. Now, generally it's going to be very similar, but, you know, some people are going to take issue with that. Some people are going to be like, look, I bought this specific item, you had these features listed, you had these pictures showing, and this isn't what I received. I'm not happy, you know? So dropshipping does provide some problems. Most of the problems are going to come with returns, and I'll kind of share a real quick story, and this is kind of confusing. I actually am kind of confused trying to even explain it, but long story short, somebody was buying off my Amazon store and reselling my items on eBay and using me as a drop shipper. Now, I kind of figured out that people were doing this, and some people say, oh, please don't include a packing slip. I throw in a packing slip anyways, because essentially I'm gonna try to steal that customer from the guy who's using me as a drop shipper. I throw in my business card, I throw in a packing slip. Now, why do they ask me not to throw in a packing slip? Because A, they don't want the buyer to see that they're buying it from me and not Jim Jones from Florida. But B, they don't want the buyer to see that they bought the item off of me on Amazon for $5 and they're reselling it on eBay to the guy for $25. If people see that, they're going to be annoyed. Granted, you know, in the grand scheme of things, I don't really see it. You know, you found a way to make a little bit of money. You found a little hustle. You searched around and found the cheapest price on a product, and the buyer didn't. So, you know, too bad for them. I agree with that. However, at the same time, if I bought something and realized it's basically someone just bought it off Amazon and sent it to me, just on the principle of it, I would probably be like, you know, I'm just going to return it to this guy, and I'll go buy it directly from this Amazon seller myself, you know? the situation I ran into was, like I said, the guy was using me as a drop shipper to sell on eBay. What wound up happening, the buyer, and this is a weird situation, like probably once in a million this would actually happen, but it kind of illustrates how problems can happen with this. So the buyer apparently decided he didn't want the item anymore, right? Instead of contacting the seller and saying, hey, I want to initiate a return, he just went back to the post office, gave him the package, and said, I don't want this anymore, return it to the sender. Surprisingly, I didn't think the post office would do this, but surprisingly, the post office actually did wind up sending the package back. I don't think they're even supposed to do that. They did wind up following through and doing that. However, the package got lost for a couple weeks. Long story short, it was about a month later before I get the package back. When I get the package back, I wind up, okay, I'm going to refund it through Amazon because I don't want to pay 15% fees on something that's being sent back to me. So as opposed to giving the buyer cash, I'll refund it on Amazon. And the buyer actually contacted me because my name was on the packing slip, and he said, hey, I bought this, and I said, I'm really confused. It took me a while to figure out what was going on, but I realized someone was basically using me as a drop shipper. So anyhow, I told the guy, I'm like, okay, I'll refund you through Amazon. He should have said something like, oh, I didn't buy it through Amazon, but there was a lot of confusion. Anyhow, long story short, I refunded the item through Amazon. So the person who sold the item got their money back. I got the product back, so the customer doesn't have product, nor do they have their money. The seller, still made their money, and I got my product back. So everyone wound up being okay in that situation, but the buyer. Like I said, very rare that something of this nature would happen, and the buyer winds up getting screwed. But let's use a similar example. So someone's using me as a drop shipper. I ship it to their eBay buyer, and they decide, okay, I don't want this anymore. It's really kind of a roll of the dice. Who are they going to contact to return the package? Are they going to contact the person on eBay they bought it from? Or, my email and my phone number are on the packing slip. Are they going to contact me? So basically, it's not hard for people to figure out who's actually shipping the product and what's going on. A lot of buyers will be mad about this. When you're counting on somebody else, you kind of lose control of when the item's shipped and things like that. So overall, I'm not a huge fan of drop shipping. If you are going to do drop shipping, use a real drop shipper and don't do the Amazon thing. The Amazon thing is like the lazy man's drop shipping. And most of the time, there's not even deals. I mean, if you're buying something off Amazon, you're already paying a 15% markup. So how much room is there? And then when you resell on eBay, you're paying a 13% markup. So you're looking at 15, 25. You're looking at 28% that's just going to waste in eBay and Amazon fees. Whereas if you source that product yourself, not only would you probably get a better price on the product, but you'd save yourself about 28% in fees. I mean, it's going to be a lot more lucrative sourcing your own product off Alibaba and reselling it than it is, using other people on Amazon to drop ship your stuff. That's not what it's intended for. eBay and Amazon both have problems with this, and you will get your account suspended. And there's no coming back from a suspension. So I'd highly recommend not doing this. And like I said, I just got contacted by a guy who wanted to hire me as a consultant to help get his eBay account back. I told him, I said, I can't promise any results, but let me know what the issue is, why you were exactly suspended, and we can try to get you back on. But just wanted to share this story, and this is why you do not use Amazon as a drop shipper for eBay, guys. If you have any more specific questions, comments, feel free to add them in the comment section below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button, check back for more videos. We'll talk to you guys later.